Hey viewers, well, we got this engine going. Couldn't get it done camera unfortunately, the old man was just so excited. The exhaust valve was open in the bloody weather, and condensation filled the boil up with a bit of moisture on this side here. And there's a 0.5 millimeter pitting in the bloody bore. It was all pitted, unfortunately, but I did my best to sand it and polish it and sand it and polish it with a wire brush. Got some cross hatching done in that bore, and just sprayed it with some CRC and carefully rocked the piston in backwards and forwards, and it seemed to have freed it up. And sure enough, we put the head back on, checked for spark, cranked it over with a drill, and sure enough we had spark. So we added some petrol and off it went. Hey boy, it sounds awesome with these exhausts. Oh, it sounds good. I was surprised, it's not burning oil, so the damage isn't so bad in the bore, but it's not damage, it hasn't damaged the piston rings, so it's not enough to rip the piston rings apart and burn oil everywhere. It's not doing that, so it's a good thing the oil's not going past that part of the bore that's been surface rusted. Unfortunate, but it doesn't seem to have affected it. We freed up the exhaust valve just by tapping it with a bit of wood and a hammer, turning it, pushing it out, back and forth, and sprayed in the valve guides with some CRC. They freed up quite well. I just got to change the oil now. It's a bit old. I topped it up with a heap of 7.5 W30. So I wasn't sure if it was going to run, so I'm going to drain all that out, put some fresh oil in it. This thing's good to go. We've resoldered some wires, the governor's reconnected. It's supposed to, that's a vacuum pump. That'll govern the motor to the correct RPM as you bog that generator down and load it down. It runs at 3000 RPM this. Your kill switch is on, which is here. Turns it off. Power pot lubed up alright. Bit bloody cracked though, unfortunately. It's a nice old clipsal. Nice transformer. That's nice and secured. Anyway, I've got to drain that oil, so there's a suck there. I can get this some fresh oil in this engine. Got plenty of spare parts left over there. Anyway, okay, viewers, it runs quite well. Couldn't get it running on video because it kept getting interrupted, but damn, it works good. Got the manual fuel primer there. Put the fuel filter back on. Just got to make some mufflers up for it. So that's clean in there now. All clean. Much better. This is a bloody good runner. The power point works. I can adjust this all the way up. When that's doing full RPM, I get 350 volts out of that power point. Turn it off, turn it on, start it. All works quite well. Now this was recently refurbished, this welder, but yeah, to the other guy, the previous owner lent this to someone that didn't know what they were doing, and they filled up the sump with petrol, and that was it. So I had to replace that head too, because the original head off there had some bloody corrosion in it and pitting. Yeah, all pitted there, all moisture and condensation. That's actually quite badly corroded. So I had to put the other head off the other engine on that. Much better condition than this one here was. This piston, the bearings are a bit scored from when they had petrol in the oil. Yeah, not good, not good. Things are a bit stuck. They snapped that camshaft in half. How I reckon that happened, when the other conrod snapped, it would have come up to the top, hit that camshaft and snapped it in half. There's a governor inside there, which goes on that little thing there with a little fork on it and moves this in and out. It goes on that governor. Where it actually hit, don't know, but it snapped this in half pretty good. Would have hit somewhere here when the conrod let go. Anyway, at least I got one good motor out of it. Got lots of good spares, good carb, good governor, new coil there. Bloody good runner. This one's got some bloody good compression. Not burning any oil either. So, despite the slight pitting in the cylinder from the condensation when the exhaust valve got stuck open, it's actually running quite well. Not even burning any oil. I'm surprised. It doesn't use any oil at all. Original Champion spark plugs. So they're original off this engine. This engine must have been sitting for a long time as a spare. But bloody hell, it runs quite well, this thing. Nice and loud. You can add a tiny bit more oil than that. Well, everything works. The weld's good. The 240 volt outlet works. I had a bad connection, which I probably would have been. Wasn't getting any charge to the batteries. That starter solenoid works. That diode there came unsoldered to fix that. Goes in that 50 watt 12 ohm resistor. Yeah, could have a bad connection somewhere. They are pretty shabby. I'll test it again and see if I get any charge off it. You have one battery there, other one in series, 24 volt. And this is your starter motor. And flashes the coils at the same time to crank the engine over. Just needs mufflers. This thing runs quite well. Boy, is it loud. Little Omite variable resistor there, like a little variac. But there we are. This thing works bloody like brand new. There's some welding with it, some test welds. Works quite well. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. There you go, whiskers. So it's making a full recovery so far. That's a lot smaller, that wound. It's closed up quite well. It's still pairing. Yeah, this catch is full of scars. There you go, there's a wound there. It's a lot smaller. A lot smaller. A hell of a lot smaller than what it was before. So he's healing up quite well. Aren't you, eh? Anyway, yours, this cat's making a full recovery. He's happy. Very happy. Anyway, thanks for watching.